I'm Liz Hicks with Liz Hicks Studios, and today I'm going to share with you some fun, colorful techniques with using glass etching cream. Now, how Scan and Cut comes into play with using etching cream is that it works wonderful with vinyl. You can see here I have a nice piece of vinyl, and vinyl is just a wonderful material to use to decorate or even to use as a mask. And that's where Scan and Cut comes in. Scan and Cut can create a really nice, precise cut that'll cut through the top layer, creating that kiss cut, allowing you to get really beautiful, delicate designs. Okay, so to begin your glass etching, what you're going to want is some craft vinyl. I have here some vinyl, and I'm just bringing it down onto my low-tack mat. The reason why I like the low-tack mat is because with vinyl, with it being so delicate, I really want to make sure that I don't have to worry about picking pieces off like I would with the standard mat. The standard mat would just be way too tacky for that. Okay, I'm going to load it into my mat, load my mat into my machine. And you'll notice that there's a little box that I've already cut out. This is my test cut for this type of vinyl. Now granted, every vinyl is going to be different depending on what you're using it for, whether it's outdoor vinyl or sandblasting vinyl. You're going to want to make sure that you test accordingly. But for this very lightweight craft vinyl, I am using, this is, my blade depth is at 1.5. And my internal settings are cut pressure 0 and cut speed 2. So yeah, so I already have my image loaded, and the next step is to cut my image out. Okay, so I have my image loaded, and what I've done is taken my cylinder and measured around the cylinder as well as how high it is. Now my cylinder is 10.5 inches around and 2 inches tall, and that is my cut space. Oh, forgive me. That's my cut space for my design. So I have that marked off. I've actually created a rectangle around my cut area so that I know that my design needs to fit within there. In addition, I also cut a couple extra hearts because in the background I have my design that's going to be facing forward, but in the background I might want some added little hearts or something to make it look like a seamless design. Okay, I'm going to hit OK. Oh, before I'm going to hit OK, I'm going to do my background scan. And this will show the actual surface of my vinyl, making sure that everything fits within my vinyl. There you go. You can see my design is on my vinyl. You can even see where I've already cut it out. A trick too that I like to show, just in case you have really dark contrast surfaces and you can't see your cut lines, the background desaturation, you have that option too where it desaturates the color for you. So now you can really see the background image, or the image against the background there. Okay, I'm going to hit OK and cut and start. Okay, now that we have our vinyl cut, you'll notice that the background is not cut at all. The reason why we use these settings, or that I use these settings, is to create a really nice kiss cut. The kiss cut means that you cut the top layer and not the bottom layer. That's essential for etching glass or using vinyl. So what we can do here now is just start to take off what we'll do is cut around the edges where we don't need. That way we can use the rest of the vinyl for later. Alright, so now I have my hearts and my sentiment cut out. Now I just need to peel back the negative space. And this will go ahead and reveal my design. And I'm going to do it gently because I want to make sure that I don't pick up any of my design. Okay, so now that I have my designs taken off of my cut vinyl, I can now transfer them on to the contact sheet. And depending on what vinyl you have, you'll have different just different instructions for each one. For this, I'm just taking the sticky side, and I've already cut it to size so that they match exactly. And I'm just going to place it right on top. And this is where you'll want to make sure you get in. I have a little squeegee here. Just really want to make sure that you get in nicely to get all the air bubbles out. Now I have my vinyl ready to go. Simply peel off your vinyl from the release paper. Oops, I need to press down a little bit more right there. And you'll see it's reversed. And the nice thing, since I've already measured to make sure that it's high enough, all I have to do is place my jar like so, and I know it's going to fit because I've already measured. So now I'm just tightly wrapping it. And the nice thing about this jar is that there's no specific front. I kind of like that, so I don't have to worry about lining it all up. Now take your squeegee and just press down your vinyl. This is going to really make sure that your vinyl is nice and secure, so that when you apply your etching cream over it, these parts will not be affected by the erosion of the cream and will not keep your glass nice and preserved. Okay, the next step is to add my etching cream. I'm using Etch-All etching cream, and you'll just want to follow the directions. For this, it says protect your work area, make sure your glass is clean. It also says to wear gloves. I'm going to be extra careful since I don't have any gloves right now, but I'm just going to brush on the sides and make sure that I don't, that I just hold the top where I'm not going to use the etching cream. Okay. And for your etching, you want to make sure you put on a really nice coat. The nice thing about this etching cream is that you can reuse it. So after you're done, you can easily just place it right back into your jar to be used later on. Okay, now I have my jar completely covered with the Etch-All glass etching cream, and I'm going to leave it here to sit for 15 minutes, and then I'll wipe away the excess, put it back into the jar, and be able to see the rinse off the etching cream and see what it's done. Alright, so it's been the 15 minutes and I've removed my etching cream, and you can see just how gorgeous that looks. It gives it that beautiful frosted look, and now I can have some fun with this. I can take off the vinyl right now, and it'll show underneath the clear glass, or you can actually colorize it with different mediums to have some more fun. Now I have a test jar here. This is just an old spaghetti jar. But if you see here, I have some metallic rub by Viva Color. And you can see here where You can just rub it on and it gives it this beautiful, just gorgeous red color. You can see, let's see if you can see how wonderful that is. It's just so pretty. And then I have another empty space here on this side. Now, alcohol inks by Ranger are another great way to colorize. Now, if I still had my vinyl here, I could just place it right over the top. But since I don't, I'm just going to try and strategically put it on there. Now, I've done this before with the blue, with Stream, the really pretty turquoise. It looks gorgeous. Alright, now this color is Wild Plum. And let's just see, look how pretty that looks. And it just colorizes really nice. Now with the alcohol inks, it's really pretty because the modeling or the brush strokes, really they do show up. But that also is really, really nice and pretty. So it just gives it a nice, kind of just a colorized look. Now it will, it does matte a little bit your frosted glass. It will matte it a little bit, but it still does add to the nice effect of your frosted glass. It gives the alcohol ink some tooth to hold on to. So you can see up here, right up top here, there's no frosting from the glass etching solution, and so it's really glossy, but down here it's still nice and matte. So those are just a couple techniques that you can use for just taking your glass etching a step further. Okay, so now I've applied my metallic rub to the surface of my jar. And what I love is that when I'm using the etching cream gives such a wonderful tooth that the rub just sticks right on it. So now's the best part where we actually get to peel back the all of the vinyl that we cut with Scan and Cut and actually see the beautiful design. Okay, so here is the final product now that I've taken off all of my vinyl, and I've put in some white cloth so you can see just the beautiful detail that Scan and Cut gives with the vinyl.